And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals. We're only at the quarterfinals of the PiGosaur Cup number 37. Welcome back to another Terran vs Predators matchup. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the American Terran player. We have the Orange Terran representing Detonate. It is Dolan. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Protoss player. We have the Pink Protoss representing Ping Pong Exports. It is Acheron. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our TvP. And hello. And the SCV does move out across the map. Again, if you're unfamiliar with our players here, Dolan, he is known for being a lot more aggressive. He's known for having a lot more unique all-ins and much more dedicated play, much more cheesy play at times as well, as he does fan out. And he may just be looking to try to eBay block the natural. We'll see if he commits to anything more sinister than that, as gases are on the way. Does keep the SCV hidden, waits for the probe to move out, and then bam, comes in for the eBay block. Let's go. So we'll disrupt the opener here of Acheron. eBay is on the way. But again, get your gamma going while you can. As a reminder, the winner of the series goes up against Max. And the winner of that goes into the grand finals. As we are, I guess, in a way, nearing the end of the broadcast. We're getting there. Again, the upper semis, I mean, they'll conclude momentarily, I'm sure. Oh, as we do have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything's okay.
Game paused.
Hopefully everything is okay. As we calm down. So in fact, I feel like Terran has to try ending the game early versus Toss's current meta. I think I kind of agree. I say kind of because I also feel like, based on what we've seen over the past week, of play, especially when it comes to EWC qualifiers, it does feel like maybe a lot of Terrans aren't fully aware of how to play. Oh my god, as Dolan, his mouse did just die. So he has to. I think he might have to recharge it or replace it. But I think they were having a really hard time when it comes to compositions and when it comes to the approach of late game TvP. I say that just because I was very impressed. I was very impressed and very so we're going to be remaking. But I was very impressed. I was very impressed by Clem. If you're watching War TV Monday on Monday this week, Clem versus Australia game, I think it was game 2 on Tokamak, or maybe game 1 on Tokamak, but the game on Tokamak, that was crazy. Like, it was really cool to see Clem engage the late game the way he did. Basically, what we saw from players like Ryung and Gumiho and a lot of the other Kyor, Beyond, a lot of the other Korean Terran players is they would go for a Viking heavy style Viking Liberator. They try to go into mech, or they try to go into ghost. But what we saw from Clem was a very, very nuke heavy composition. Was a very nuke heavy composition. He was going into, I want to say, was it like quadruple Ghost Academy into mass nuke, and he was bullying Australia in the late game. Like, it was crazy. And again, it was something that I hadn't seen before. At least, again, we hadn't seen it from any of the Korean Terrans in that same position. So it's really cool to see Clem like in that same position, but having like a different approach. Just going mass Viking Ghost into just mass nuke. And the way that nukes would work is, it's not like the nukes would connect with the main army, but the nukes would zone, and the nukes would allow for Clem to actually push into the bases and deny the fringe expansions, and make sure that the Protoss player could not freely expand and could not freely mine, and they would not accumulate a large bank like they otherwise would. Likewise, because of the non-stop pressure, it also meant that the Protoss player couldn't actually counterattack either. So Clem, he had a unique and really strong approach, I would say, an approach that we haven't seen from the other Terran players out there. So part of me, like, I want to say that yes, like we're seeing a lot more all-ins recently, but I also think that maybe a lot of Terran players haven't really looked too interested in like figuring out late game TvP. And also, you can argue that a lot of them probably just don't want to get into like a 40-minute game, which is completely understandable. Where even if they could win in the late game, do they want to play the late game? It's almost like ZVP as well, where a lot of Zerg players, they just all in. They just all in against Protoss because they don't want to deal with the late game, for their own reasons, of course. As it's yeah, it's definitely maybe not the most fun experience, like late game TvP or late game ZVP. But yeah, like again, if you didn't see Clan vs Estrella on Monday, I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Just seeing like this mass Ghost Academy mass nuke style was really sick. Oh my god. As we do have, as we're getting back in, again, we do see Dolan, he was able to eBay block, able to foresee unnatural natural. Here we go. Here we go. We do have our initial eBay block into what? Interaction to factory, double gas follow-up, of course, a delayed CC out of Dolan. He should be expanding from here, but based on his production setup, he may just turn this into an all-in. Like, I'm very, very perplexed by the setup here of the production of the racks of the factory. Hello. Show us what you got. Here we go. Add-on swap into Hellion production. And going proxy starport. So one base, let's go. One base all in. One base all in here out of Dolan. Is going to commit, is going to double down. Again, it's going to be a little bit more awkward here for Acheron to defend. Just because he is spread between his main base and his unnatural natural at the third. So he's more spread out, he's more spread thin. Oh, but he's scouting. He's scouting, he's checking, he knows who he's playing against. And will he see? Will he find? No, he shades. He shades away. He was actually with it en route to scout this, but does shade away. Does not scout the starports. Is not aware. There's a recall back home. Here it does recall. And we are expanding. Okay, so we are eventually expanding. It's a very late CC here out of Dolan, but he's getting there at the same time. Medevac has arrived, and we are going for the drop into the main. So Hellion drop across the map, bearing in mind the 3 Hellions are one-shot workers, so 4 is more than enough. Makes his way towards the third, but Stalker's in position. It's 1 third so far. Plenty of Stalkers, actually. Does load up, does boost in. And can he make his way to the mineral line? Looks like he will lose the medevac. Medevac goes down. Boys are being pulled. Oh my god, it does rush to the mineral line. 7 probe kills. 7 probe kills already. 8, 9. Can we get 10? We can. Oh god. 11? 11 probes go down. A brutal damage, and this is worth it for Dolan. 4 Hellions for 11 probes. And he's not done. He's not done behind this, going for a 3-1-1 follow-up. Likewise, we have the Liberator on the way as well. So I just hyper-aggression here out of Dolan. He's not stopping, not slowing down. Liberator does make its way in. Acheron, he's keeping up. He's keeping up. Delays the bunker, applying some pressure, not bad. But what I'm worried about here is the stim timing. Again, stim is just so fast here for Dolan. Getting to fast stim and building up his tank count, massing up his bio. And Dolan, he will have the option to pull the boys. To pull the boys and just send it across the map. Once again, still just disrupting the economy. Delaying the setup. Stalkers, they bust into the main. 3 SCV kills. Can he get the tank? Oh, he does. Was it worth it? Gets a tank. It'll cost him 3 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers go down, but this will weaken the all-in. Assuming that Dolan does pull the boys. Here comes the unsiege. Yep, here comes the unload. Dolan does move out, and yeah, he does pull the boys. Let's go. So the all-in is upon us. Does move out. Stalkers, it will disrupt some of the economy, and I believe at least Acheron is aware of what's happening. He's aware of what's going on. What does he have to defend? Charge will complete. Gateways are still on the way. He is down to, this is it, three zealots. That's the army. No shot. We need war pins. We need as many war pins as possible. There we go. We have 6 zealots to defend. There's going to be 1 immortal. Ay, ay, ay. Of course, he's going to be going down across the map. Acheron, he was banking resources. He did miss a war pin. And here comes Dolan. Here comes Dolan. Takes down the middle line. 9 probes going to be going down. 11 probes even. 11 probe kills. Takes down the expansion. And Dolan can just keep going. He can just keep pushing from here. There's just nothing to stop him. There's nothing here. There's 1 immortal. There's a handful of zealots. I mean, that's what the boys are for. That's what they're for. Oh my god. And tank shots on the sentry. Expansion goes down. And Dolan, he just rallies. He just rallies across. Does leave 1 tank out in the open. Oh. And he will lose it. And he will lose the tank. Brutal pickup. Brutal loss there for Dolan. Does race back home. Now what's important here is that, yes, Dolan killed the 3rd, but Acheron, he still has a natural up and running. It's fully saturated like Acheron. He's still in this game. He's still in this. Oh god, the army's heavily overstimmed. Catching out the Stalkers and the Immortal. No. Not quite. Does pull away, but again, this is getting very close. Dolan down in workers. Again, that move out was meant to kill, and he didn't. Did not kill Acheron. From here, catching out all the tanks. Both tanks go down. Marines as well. And Acheron, he just send it. He just keep going. He can break the natural. The tanks are exposed. They're barely alive. He does go for the dive. Yeah, he does focus on the tanks. He gets 1. He gets both tanks. Both tanks go down. The bunker as well. And Acheron, he's doing it. 10 more SCV kills. Saves the Stalker. Doesn't save the Immortal. But saves what he can. From here he pulls away. We're bringing more zealots. He's not stopping. He's not stopping. And again, Dolan's just being outscaled. He's just being outscaled here. Again, the all-in did cripple, but did not do enough damage. Not enough, Bappy. Not enough. And here comes the warp in. Behind this, there's no tanks, there's no bunker, there's no defense. There's Master Marine, but I mean, that Zealots are built for this. Yeah, they're built for this. They chase down the bio. Archon starts to step in. Boy's trying to be pulled away. I cannot even taking a 4th. It's somewhat necessary. It's like, but why not? Sure. Getting a 4th base. Yo, Acheron, PiGosaur Cup champion. Let's go. He's sending it back. Yeah, GG gets called. A breaks through the natural. Acheron, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Does take a lead in the series. Again, Dolan honestly had a really good start. He had a really strong start. He was able to disrupt the opener. He was able to force the unnatural. He moved that across the map. He was able to catch the main army. He was able to break the expansion as well. But he did run out of steam there. He was unable to push or keep pushing towards the natural base. He lost a tank as well in the center. It also didn't help that he was losing SCVs across the map to the Stalker counterattack. True, that did delay him. And with that, GG. GG well played. In the end, he did run out of steam. With that, Acheron takes game 1. Let's go. And with that, we're getting into game 2. We'll see if he can claim the series. We'll see if Dolan can fight back and force the ace match. Catching up on the rest of the bracket. Yep, there we go. There it is. Looks like the upper semifinals have concluded. Looks like our players are asking for a break. Understandable. They do need a moment. But Clem takes down Percival 3-1. Oh, that's a best of 5. Oh, okay. So best of 5 here. Clem does take down Percival. Shout out to Percival. He did take a map off of Clem. Very impressive. Was able to make a series out of that. But again, we do have our matches lined up here. So Acheron versus Dolan, into Max, into Clemch. Let's go. That is going to be the plan. So we are working towards that. As the players, they do need a moment. Oh, and game 2 is going to be on ley lines. 2 is going to be on ley lines. Let's go. But we are being joined by the other casters. Just making sure we get everyone involved. Again, shout out to Enki and Rocklets for casting in Spanish and Portuguese, or in Brazilian. Big shout out. Oh. And looks like we should have everyone. Okay, we're good to go. Jumping into game number 2. I see Proto-Sigurdsson in the chat. Crazy that we have a best of 5 semi-final finish before the second semi starts. Yo, the upper bracket, they were speed running through the tournament map. Crazy. See, we knew what we wanted. We knew the spicy, the juicy part of the bracket. Ah, it's beautiful. But here we go. We're getting into our next game, getting into game 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the American Terran player. We have the Orange Terran representing Detonate down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Dolan. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the pink Protoss player. We have the American Protoss representing Bing Bong Exports. It is Acheron. Poor Clem stuck waiting in the wee hours. Nah, he's fine, Bobby. He's fine. He just woke up. He's having breakfast, Bobby. He's good to go. Either that or it's peak prime gaming hours for Clem. True. He's built for the PiGosaur Cup. He wants to wait more, Bobby. He wants to... Oh, God. So now we're settling in. This time Dolan does not move out with the SCV, so this time there is no eBay block. There's no eBay block here across the map. No shenanigans yet, but he does open up double gas. So double gas opener, he does wall up the ramp, so he's going for a faster factory into a delayed CC. From here, we'll see how committed he's going to be. We can go into a faster reactor, into reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go into mine, into drop play, then into add-on swap into Banshee. Dolan has options. He has options here with how he wants to bring this about. Let's go. But we expect aggression, 100%, out of Dolan. It's who he be. It's who he be. No Clem at Homester Cup, so I guess he might as well. I mean, do we know, is Clem, is he already in Korea? I know that Clem, the reason why he's not going to Homester Cup is because he's going to Korea pre-EWC. But I don't know if he's already in Korea. If so, it's a pretty good time for him. I'm not gonna lie. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Dolan does poke in. He was playing on Central versus Percival. I think he's home still. Okay. If he was playing on Central, then he's still in Europe. Still not up back. But yeah, I'm excited to see who Clem goes with. Oh, as Reaper's A busts into the main. So far, 2 probe kills inside main. Game 2, not quite 3, is going to be cleaned up. It does scout the tech at least. Is going to be a Twilight Council opener here out of Acheron. At the same time, Hellion pokes in, but no extra damage. Nice defense from our Protoss. Does defend well. But yeah, last year, Clem, he was with Trigger, he was with Estrella, he was with Future. I think he was with Zane as well. this year. I'm curious to see who's going to be with him, because I know Trigger also wants to go back. So in my mind, I'm thinking like Clem, Rainer, Trigger. We'll see who else goes. We'll see who else goes. We'll see if Australia goes again. True. Especially after qualifying. Might go again. We need the content, Pat. We need the content. I'm considering staying up till like 4 a.m. tonight just to adjust my seat for the red-eye flight tomorrow. Oh, no. I mean, sure, it would help. Definitely help. You don't want to be too jet-lagged to enjoy Home Story Cup. As we get the Cyclone drop into the main. We'll pick up a Stalker, but oh, he's going to lose everything. Oh, no, there's no escaping. There's no escaping this. The medevac goes down. Cyclone as well. That was the purpose of the opener, by the way, to go for the Cyclone drop. Not worth it. Not worth it. 2 probe kills. Acheron, he's shutting this down. Dolan. Dolan is in a rough place here. He's getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. He's stuck at home. And again, he's been investing quite heavily into this harassment. You can see the efficiency here. Losing a Cyclone, Heli into Reapers, Medevac, Marines for what? For 4 probes. So far has not been worth it. Now Acheron can freely expand, can freely get a 3rd base up and running. From here, it can tech up as well. Take the gases, work towards Storm or work towards Colossus. Acheron, he's free here for the next couple of minutes. Free to do whatever he so pleases. Now, Acheron does not have to push in, and I would advise against it. Okay, he does poke forward, but again, there's no reason for Acheron to dive in. Like, there's no reason to dive. We just calm down, contain, maybe poke into the bases, maybe get behind the mineral line, behind the gas geyser, but shouldn't try to engage with the tanks. Nice PiGosaur, gets one, gets both add-ons, goes to the gas mining workers, and 3, 4 SCVs. Very nice. 3 SCVs even. Getting a couple of Marines, and from here should get out. At the same time, auto harassing across the map, nothing major. Getting a couple of workers. Oh, the tank is exposed. Oh no, the tank should not be here. No, the tank. It should not be here. Tankers down, and with that, Acheron, gets more than what he was hoping for here. Gets a tank as well. I'm telling you. PiGosaur Cup champion. He's crazy. At this point, Max Fex and Clem, they should just forfeit. Like, it's not. Oh god, it's over, Pappy. It's over. Third CC's on the way. So Dolan, he is going to try to stabilize and try to macro out of this. Going for his 3rd. Behind this Acheron, he will soon expand, claiming his own 4th base. So here we go. As again, Dolan, he's still contained. Gonna try to move out, going for a double drop. Moving out across the map. No shot the Raven! No shot the Raven! The Raven goes down as well. Acheron, you've gotten enough. Get out of here. Oh god. Snipes the Raven. Now what he has, he saw, the pylon did see the drop, so he's racing over. Yeah, MVP pylon here does spot the drop. You can see the entire army rally over towards that drop. Towards the move outs. Does actually bypass the Stalkers though, headed towards the main. Uh-oh. Yeah, Acheron forced a recall. Does recall to the main. And Dolan, he won't commit. He knows he got scattered. He's going to stay here between the bases. Main army moves out. Dolan still has potential. Like Dolan, he still has a comparable army. He can still break through. If Acheron's too distracted by the drop, then he can be caught off guard. As he did spot the move out, he knows. Yeah, he did spot the move out. He should be aware. Zella run by Zella drop into the main. Woodermines have borrowed. How good are the mice shot's going to be? Pretty good. Woodermines reconnect. And it's all or nothing here for Dolan. Acheron fighting with half his army. Yeah, gives up on the expansion, does pull away. Across the map, SCVs are falling. Yeah, getting 12, 13, 14 SCV kills. Really patient play here by Acheron. Again, he can't fight this. Like, he could not save the base. But now he's moving in. He's got his reinforcements. Does crash in. Nice dodge here on the mine. But barely doesn't have enough. Needs more zealots. Needs more warpins. Again, taking it slow, kiting back. More zealots have arrived. Diving on top of the tank. And he will barely get it. A tank goes down. And again, he holds on, he survives. He's up 20 workers. The zealots are still across the map, still killing more SCVs. The Dolan's still stuck in a one base economy. And Acheron, he can now expand. He can now take his own fourth base, building up towards Colossus. He did preserve his probes. Fourth base being retaken. Acheron's still in a leading position. Still looking solid. Acheron's moving out. Does move out, warping a wave of Archons. Aye, aye, aye. Acheron moving in. Does have the supply lead. And there's not much to stop him, right? There's no more tanks. There are some ghosts in the EMPs, true. There are some EMPs available. Acheron just waiting for his second Colossus. Nice EMPs. EMPs do connect. Well, that's still collapsing in. The army is weakened from the EMPs, though. The move command, oh my god. Yeah, a bit of a rough move command there. Does take a little more hits. Alas, he should still break through. The points are being pulled. Colossus are going down. Yeah, Acheron taking a rough fight here. Did rush a little bit too far forward. He got a little bit too excited. And with that, Dolan, he will hold. He will hold, he will defend. Does cost him 16 SCVs, though. Does cost him his economy, so it wasn't the best fight there from Acheron. Again, he did overextend. He took a really rough engagement, but still does enough damage. Now, because that fight went so poorly, this is potentially the beginning of the comeback. Like, Dolan, he took a better fight. He's still down in workers. He has mules that makes up for some of it. But if Acheron takes another rough engagement, then Dolan can try to bounce back. Well, that's what Dolan is hoping for. He's hoping for some better fights, hoping that his opponent does make some mistakes. That is his chance. Wish I could sleep on planes. Truly a superpower. Historically, I haven't had too much issue sleeping on planes. Too much. Ah. What I don't think I could ever do is sleeping at airports. No shot. Like, that's... no shot. No shot. Planes, that's fine. It's fine. I know they have like sleeping pods and like sleeping areas at airports, but I don't think I could do that. The paranoia. Well, like just the paranoia of of not even of losing something. My paranoia would be of oversleeping and missing the flight, right? Like if you have like a, I don't know, like a 6-hour layover, like I don't know, you're cutting it close. I don't know. I'd just be terrified of that. Of like waking up and it's like 10 minutes to boarding and you're just racing over. God. Terrifying. For now, though. For now, we are just going to be backing off, and we're kind of in a way stabilizing. As I mentioned, like, Acheron took a really rough fight. Dolan from here is able to re-expand, re-saturate on 3 bases, so they're getting a 4th base. Acheron still has a lead. He still has an edge over his opponent. Still has an edge. And Acheron's going to be the first to max out. But Dolan is still in this game. Still in this. Don't understand people that roll up at the airport like 40 minutes before the fight. Yo, I'm at least like 2 hours before. Like, 2 hours before the flight, even if it's domestic. I mean, you get there ahead of time. Aye. Oh. Now they're collapsing on the Zealots. Does collapse in. Acheron rotating over. Now getting 2 more Robos, getting some Mass Colossus into Disruptors. Do we have Storm? We do, okay. 5 High Templar. Now, there's no reason for Acheron to push in. At this stage of the game, Acheron just has to contain. Just contain his opponent. Maybe trade out Zealots at most. Storm has arrived. These are Storms. Oh my god. The Storms are solid. Shutting down the Vikings. Vikings are going down. Nice pickups. He's up most of the Vikings. EMP doesn't quite connect with the High Templar. And we have, what, 3 more Storms. Getting at the same time, going for a Zealot Warpin, but the army's in position. He commits in. He's going for it. He's going for the kill, going for the throat. Show us the Storms. Show us the, oh my god, brutal Storm in the middle line. Oh, the Storms are insane. Takes down the workers, takes down the bio. 21 SCV kills. And Acheron, he does it. Acheron, he's doing it, Pappy. The Storms are crazy. Maybe not the best Storms towards the end. And does beat out with Zealots. Yeah, with that Dolan, he's holding, he survives, but he lost far too much here. 25 SCV kills. Aye. And Acheron, here come the reinforcements, warping in from across the map. They trickle in. GG gets called, and with that, Acheron, he will take the series 2-0. Takes down Dolan, advances on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew, oh my god. GG, well played. A very impressive series here by Acheron. Dolan, I mean, I will say had a stronger start in game 1, if you recall, and things are looking up for Dolan, but again, the all-in did fall on its face. He wasn't quite able to achieve enough damage with his initial all-in. Here in game 2, it was just a rough start for Dolan. Acheron, if you recall, he was shutting down the Reaper Hellion Harass, he shut down the Cyclone Drop, he shut down the Raven, he shut down the first tank, he sniped the add-ons. Like, this game was insane from Acheron. The one big blunder, of course, was when he pushed into the natural with his Colossus and he moved commanded in. So that was like the one big blunder for Acheron. But outside of that, like the early to mid game was solid from Acheron. Just shutting down all the aggression, shutting down all harassment, and excelling from there. GG. GG, well played. Very impressive play there by Acheron. Does claim the series, and with that, we have our semifinals ready. It's going to be a PvP between Acheron and MaxPax. Let's go. Let us go. So our PvP is ahead of us, and vetoes are underway. And I believe it's going to be a best of 5. Based on what we saw in the upper bracket, it's going to be a best of 5 semis. Here we go. Is going to be that best of 5 semifinals, and we'll see if Acheron can keep this momentum going again. MaxPax, he is one of the heavy hitters. He's the number 2 seed of the tournament. He is the best Protoss player in all of Europa for a reason. So this is going to be the biggest challenge yet here for Acheron. He's been popping off in PvT, but how good is his PvP? I mean, hey, he took down Bomyoja. True, took down Bomyoja. That says something. But we'll see if it's going to be enough. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we will have MaxPax versus Acheron after the break in the semis. See you soon. See you soon.